welcome back to another Ultimate Survival Unity 3D tutorial, and in this video we're going to be showing you how you can pick up these logs, carry them around and then drop them. Where's my logs gone? Lost some logs. So there they are, over here. Let's pick up these logs, try to pick up some more. It tells me that I can't, but I can throw my logs on the floor and do what I want. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you very quickly. Well, I say quickly, probably take about 4 hours, but let's see. Hello, and here we are inside Unity 3D. I've just created a new clean install of Ultimate Survival, and I've just loaded up the forest sample scene. I want to quickly just show you a couple of things. One, inventory controller. And down here, you see here we've got building plan, count 1. I'm going to change that. Let's put building plan down here for now. I'm going to put arms here. Arms, I hear you say, but we have no arms. Aha, we have no arms yet. So let's go up Tools, Ultimate Survival, Item Management, and let's find melee. Hang on, pop. Let's find something that we can use. Have a look at this one, Bone Club. So, Bone Club, yep, that looks alright. So, go down to Other. Let's go Duplicate. Put here Arms as its name. Icon. Let's find. Do we have any hands? Hand grab. Hand grab will do. And stack size 1. It's not craftable because you can't craft your own arms. That'd be a bit weird if you could craft your own arms. And see, this allows building property. You want a different property. So let's go to property editor. Let's click plus and change that to can carry. And let's put that as an integer, because this is going to be the amount that you can carry. So we go back here, and it's not allows building. I want it to be the can carry, and let's leave that as. Should put that one arm. We're not really going to make a difference for us, but we'll just have it there as one arm. Let me just have a drink of tea for a second. That's better. And these are your arms. Okay, so arms. Remember the name. We call it arms. Remember that property can carry, and it's an integer. Okay, so back down here. Now we need to go to our FB root, and let's duplicate something that hits this one, Run Club. Let's duplicate you and call you 14-arms. Okay, and open them up, and we don't need this club. Let's have a look. Zoom in. Why did I go into 2D mode? I don't know. So, see here? Here are the, my middle mouse is broken, by the way. Oh no, I changed my mouse today. Yeah, I got middle mouse back. Hooray for me. So, here's the arms. We don't need this bone club. Well, we'll just keep that there. Let's unhide him again. Okay. Jobs are good and everything down here. Now we just change you to be arms. Now he knows what he's looking for. Okay, just saved, and just save the project in case anything goes horribly wrong. Okay, that's the start of our wonderful journey. And now let's go back into item management. Let's find these logs. Let's put the stack size down to 1. One stack of logs? Well, yeah, you can't really stack logs, can you? Well, you can't really stack anything. But let's try to be a little bit realistic on this one. Let's add, oh, no, wrong thing. Add a property, which is can carry, and we can carry 2 logs at a time. See what I'm doing there? Ah, we went from stacks to carrying them. Okay, and now let's duplicate these ones again. No, duplicate the building plan. It's a little bit more benign, and we'll call this one 15 log and we'll change this object name to be log. Open them up, and for now we don't need this building plan, I can just delete it. We'll keep the arms as a point of reference. Okay, one more thing. I want to add a tag on these two to make them different. So we'll add a tag, click on plus, I'll call this one FP carry. That's the FP carry tag. Lovely. We'll go to the arms and make sure that we tag it FP carry. We'll go to the logs, we'll make sure we tag you FP carry, because that's first person carry. You carry your arms and you carry your logs. And inside here, let's create an empty folder or game object. We're going to make into a folder. We're going to call this one carry. And inside carry, we'll put our logs. Good news is that you've got some nice free logs to play with. Well, not only logs, log holder as a gift from 3D Forge. So let's have a look at all my stuffs folder. I've got an arts folder, and in there I've got meshes. Here we go. We've got the log that you've got as a gift, and we've also got these log holders that you've got as a gift that we're playing about with. So first things first, what I did is I just chucked the log into my scene and I made a prefab out of him. Here's my prefab of my log. So we've got mesh renderer, we've got our mesh, we've got a rigid body, I've got user gravity on, it's kinematic off, capsule collider so we can pick it up, and we've got the item pickup script on interact. Default item you've got to put in there log, otherwise you won't actually pick up the log. I put wood pop as a destroy sound. You can use the bag pickup. There you go, put a low one, low pitch. And the default amount is 1. It's always 1 that you're going to be picking up, 1 stack. Well, lovely. And that way, when we go up to the tools item management and we pop back to our old friend log up here, to the bag pickup, you can find our prefab and put him in there. Isn't that better? Now we don't have a bag as our log, we've got a log as our log. Let's find our man. Here he is. Let's just chuck one of these here on the floor and another one there. Now let's go back to our inventory controller to make sure he doesn't actually have any. 512, the whole inventory will be full up. Let's delete you. Okay, let's click save again. Alright, I've got one more tag that I want us to put in, and it's, where's the GUI? Here's the GUI. Okay, open up the canvas, open up to HUD, find 3 hotbar. See, it doesn't actually have anything to identify that's a hotbar. Let's click add tag, and let's create the hotbar tag. There you go. See, hotbar, nice, lovely. And then we go back to our hotbar, and I'm going to tag you hotbar. This is probably not a very efficient way of doing it, but hey, it's late, I'm messy, I'm sure you can work out far better ways than I can. I'm just giving you some ideas of what to play with. Alright, let's click save and put the logs on our man's arms. Makes it a little bit easier if we do show, and let's just change our view a little bit, and here in the carry folder let's find our arms. Where's our lovely gift we got given? Let's put in 1 log and 2 log. Oh, hang on, put them in there. And change their name to be object, because I just wanted to keep it general as possible. Object and object. Don't objectify me. So now these are miles away. Let's reset those. Reset position. Reset position. I think we need to put is kinematic on, otherwise they'll just fall out of our arms. Okay, and let's change the view a little bit and move these bad boys up. So I'm going to put it there on that arm. You could actually use these hands and have them carrying the logs in his hands. if you were really strong. Should we do that? I don't know. Oh, don't forget to set this. It is set to first person. Let's put that as first person and put that one as first person. There we go. Let's put that down a little bit. Down a little bit there. You see the top right of my screen, how I'm just making them look nice. Put that one on top of that one. And let's move them a little bit more over there. As that. And then I don't need the arms. I can hide the arms. Make sure that both of these objects are disabled. And make sure that we turn off our log. We've got our FP carry on our log, but we forgot to put FP carry tag on our carry folder. Right, that should be it. And let's just duplicate this log here, just to make it a little bit more interesting. 3 logs. There, let's duplicate it again and have 4 logs to play with. There we go, 4 logs. Let's click save. Inside your favorite editor, let's find the event systems folder and the handlers folder, and let's find the player event handler. So here we've got these lovely things. Let's grab one of these, copy it, and stick them at the top. And we'll change the name from the events to be, picked up. And it's an int, and its default is 0. So this here, this is the amount of items we have picked up that can be carried. We're going to save this value in here so we can use it on and off. Okay, click save. Now we want to edit, where are you hiding? In here, player, interaction, and item pickup script. Now obviously make sure everything's backed up and you've got the originals and that you save these in a separate folder or something, so that when you do update Ultimate Survival you don't just lose everything that you've made. That's why I normally have all my stuffs folder and show it all in there, but I'm being messy today. I've got to be quick, I want to go to bed, so let's try and get on. Most of you in Ultimate Survival have noticed that when your inventory is full and you try to pick up something, that object disappears from the world, but it never really appears in your inventory. That's because of this naughty little bit here. See this here? If added, and then it goes, okay, added it, and then it destroys it. What if it didn't add it? Well, that's what we're going to find out now. So, if it hasn't added it, do an else. Stick an else in there and say, can't pick it up. And let's take this naughty little destroy out of here and put it inside the positive result. So if your added is true, show that you've added it, destroy it, else say, sorry mate, I can't pick it up. And where's our word wrap gone? Did I turn off word wrap before I turned it on? Silly me. There you go. So you can read this better now. Unable to pick up, and that's the item that you're trying to pick up, and we've coloured it in red to make it nice and shine out. There you go, there's the 0. See, item to add, dot name. Alright then, let's go back up to the top and add some of our own declarations. For the magic of pause and paste, here we go. I'll just quickly talk through these so that we can get a bit of an understanding and then delve into the code. So, I want to grab the hotbar from our world, basically. And there's a lot of ways you can do it, and I'm going to do it a very dirty, messy way. We're going to show that in a minute. So we need an item container for our get hotbar. We need a game object for our hotbar. We need some item data that we're going to use later on for the things we're picking up. So we're going to call that item data. We need a slot for a hotbar. We're going to call that slot. We've got a ball here. Can you carry? Is it true or false? At the moment, it's going to be false until you can carry it, and then it becomes true. We've got picked up integer that we're going to get from the event handler that we did a minute ago, and I want a game object player so I can actually get it from the event handler. So then we've got this private string for current object and another string for new object. So we're going to do a comparison later on of what we're currently holding in our arms and if we're trying to pick something else up. Because imagine you've got a twig in your hand and you try to pick up a log. We only want us to be able to pick up the same thing of what we're already holding, and otherwise you're going to have to drop your stick and pick up your log. And then we've got private transform active carry, and this is that carry folder that we made where we're going to stick our logs in, and FPS item is actually the parent of that carry folder. Really, makes sense if this one would be above that one, but I'm putting all of these there and they're serialized underneath. So okay, right, not bad so far. Should we save that in case anything goes horribly wrong? Yeah, let's click save. And now we need to put in a start. Okay, now we've pasted in our start. So we've got m_hotbar, that was that fellow up there, and he's going to find that object with the tag hotbar. Do you remember we stuck in the hotbar tag for our GUI hotbar? Well, that's now going to find it. Now we want to get the item container within that hotbar. It's called get hotbar. Now we need to set our slot. Oh, this is fun, isn't it? I can see you all awake here. Wake up, stop falling asleep. We've got slot equals get hotbar.slots 0. That's right, you start at 0, don't we? So 0 is going to be our first slot, which is our handsies. And that's why I put the arms into the first number in that list that we had there inside the editor. So we've got 0, that's our arms. Okay, fun? Yep. Now I'm going to pause it and paste in a load of code. All I can say is, please don't run away. Okay, I've unpaused it. And if you look carefully to the right hand side of your screen, you'll see that the scroll bar has suddenly become quite big. That's an indication that we've got a bit of typing to do. First thing we've got here is I've added this can carry. Do you remember on the top of that ball? So now it's going to be set to true, that if the item to add, this item here, has property can carry. Now for us, the log has the property can carry, and so do those arms that we made, but you're never really going to need to pick up your arms. So the log is what we have to worry about. Log can carry is now true in here. Active carry, well, this is the FPS game object. Alright, let me quickly pop in to the editor to show you what I mean by this. Right, we've got here find fproot.transform find FPS item deep child carry. Now if I go to the log, we'll find that our log now has FPS item. If we put that one in there, we'll say it is number 15 log. Whoops, log. Okay, looking good? I think it's looking good. And that's that there. So fproot, and it tries to find the child that's got the name fplog because it's a string. We're looking for that there. And when it finds that one, it looks for a deep child with the name carry. Interesting? I think so. The reason why we have to do it that way is because Unity doesn't let you search for things that are hidden, and by default these will not be shown. See? It's hidden. It's not enabled. Now you can see what I meant when I say fproot, and then it finds the item, FPS item, the name. That's what we put in the 15-logs, and then it finds its deep child carry. That's the folder that we made that we're going to put the logs in later. Alright, now if can carry object is true, well, we already worked out that our logs does have the interview probability we made, so they are true. And then we've got here the player event handler value player.pickedup, and we're going to get that value, so .get. We're going to stick it in our int picked up. I'm going to make two new integers here, the carry amount, and that is the amount from that property that we set, that integer. Remember in the editor we made it as an integer. Well, now you know why, so we can say get that current integer value and stick it in the carry amount, and then we've got the max stack, which is the stack size of that item that we're trying to pick up. So we changed our logs to have a max stack of 1 and a can carry of 2, so the logs themselves can't be stacked, but you can carry 2 at a time. Alright, now this bit, this is nice because I like to comment. Basically all I'm saying is that if I'm carrying 1 log and the max I can carry is 2 logs, well then I can only carry 1 more log. Pretty much, that's what it's saying. Carry amount is carry amount minus the picked up amount. Now we've got a bit of error handling to make sure that our slot does have a current item, and if it does, then we're going to set the current object value to be the name of that thing that we're carrying, and the new object is the name of the thing that we want to pick up, because down here we're going to compare them. So this is where the magic happens. Now we don't want anything to happen if you already have an item in your slot, but if you do have an item in your slot, then you have to make sure that it does have the same name as the one that you want to pick up, or you've got arms currently in that slot. So that's why we say here exclamation mark, there is no current item in our slot, and we say the current object is the same as our new object, and we say the current object is your arms, and these pipes here, these are oars. So you can have this one or this or this, and if any of those are true, then we get into this pile of gibberish here. Alright, so we've got our item data that we're going to use, and that is the item data of the thing that we want to pick up. We've got an int for added to slot, an int for the amount, an int for the stack size, and an int for the remainder to add, and I just poached all of that from the ammo script that we made a while back. Right, we've got our current object, so if our current objects are the arms, well then I want to set it to null. That slot's going to be set to null so we can start sticking something else in there. Otherwise, you can't put anything in there because you've already got arms in there. And here we are, our hotbar that we set at the top. Get component for hotbar, select carried 0. Right, put that in there to make sure that if you do pick something up off the floor, it forces you to go back to having your number 1 on your keyboard active so that you're actually holding it. Now, stack size equals items add current in stack. So that's basically saying how much have you got in that thing that you want to pick up. So it's not how much can it do, it's how much it currently has. So imagine you pick, well, let's just say for argument's sake that logs could be in a stack of 3 or 4. Well, then it's getting how many are in that stack, 3 or 4. But in our case, it's just 1 for now. But we can use this, extend this logic for anything later on. It's good to have, in my opinion. We want to do a bit of clamping. Love clamping. So, the amount is clamped the stack size. So that's this here. So how much is actually in that stack. From 0 to the amount you can actually carry. So, in our case, we can carry 2. And the least we can carry is 0. So if there was a pile of 10 logs, out of those 10 logs we could only pick up 2, so that's the amount that we can get, and that will leave us 8 remained to add. We're going to come to that in a second. Am I jumping ahead? Well, it helps a little bit, I suppose. So generic for being able to carry a stack of objects. Now I say generic it's because really it's not, you don't need all of this code if you're just going to do logs, but you never know what you're going to use this for later. It could be fishes, lots of fishes, and you can have a stack of fishes. So max stack is equal to or less than the carry amount, and the picked up is greater than 0. Then add is true, and added to slot is the amount. It's this one here. Else, well, added equals slot.parent triad item. See, a little bit confusing, but it's not really, is it? Because we're saying now add. Basically, all this is saying here is that you've already picked something up. Ready? And that you're just adding to what you've already picked up. Otherwise, you're then trying to pick something up, and the amount that you're trying to pick up is this maximum amount that you have from here. In our case, it's 1 because it logs at 1, but it could be 2. Could be, yeah, it's maximum. It could be 2. And our output is the added to slot to say how much was actually added to slot. That's the verification to say it really was added. So it's always good to use that and not this when you're trying to use it for a bit of math later on, because this is really what was added. So we've got a remainder to add is the total that we had at the start minus what we added, and that's what's left on the floor. Because don't forget, if you're trying to pick up something, you basically destroyed that thing that you're trying to pick up, and you need to put back what was there. So there you go, you've got the picked up equals pickup plus amount, and we've got our player.pickedup. Now we want to add to that value back that we had in the player event handler. We want to save that so we can use it later. Otherwise it won't actually remember that you picked anything up. So we save that value, and now we're saying how much we picked up. And then, just to be funny, I'm just getting that again. So I save it, I've got it here, I save it, and then I read it again. You don't need to, but I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was drunk, I can't remember. So now we need to do the magic, which is showing the logs. This drove me nuts. Really drove me nuts. There's got to be better ways of doing this, but I'm tired, and it works. And it's messy, but it works. So make sure that you are actually carrying something, so it's not null. And we've got here carry slot that we're defaulting at 0. So for each of our childs, which is in our case the logs that are inside this carry folder, we're going to increment our carry slot by 1. We're going to find that, we're going to name it object. For now, you can do whatever you want. You can do it as a tag. I'm naming them object, doing it that way. And we're going to find this object, and we're going to set it to true, so it's no longer hidden. Okay, lovely. And that's the end of all these lovely ifs, for eaches, ifs and ifs. And now we've got here, check if any of the items are left in the stack and then drop them on the floor. Remember what we said at the top? You're picking something out of the stack of logs, like 2 out of this possible stack of 8 logs, and those 6 that are left over, you've got to drop them back on the floor. And that's what this is for. So that's your remainder to add is greater than 0, and you actually did pick something up, then try to drop these items, which is the item data, and that's the remainder to add, the total number of them. And at the end of all of that, see this if, this else here, comes from the can carry. So if can carry, all of that is not true, then like we had before, at the start of all of this, you've just got added equals inventory dot triad item to add, and that's the same as it had previously. Lovely. Oh, let's make sure that we didn't actually did we get rid of the original one? See, here's me, silly me. You need to get rid of that. You don't really need to worry about the state ball, because at the top here, did I say the ball at the top? No, I didn't. Let's add him in. Cool. Ball added equals false. There we go. Oh, private. Silly me. Private ball added equals false. Okay. Lovely. Okay, now we've popped into our hotbar script. We found it inside the GUI and others, and then hotbar. Let's go down here and stick in some more of our new ones. Oh. Okay, so we've created these variables here. Now the reason I'm playing about with the hotbar script is because when you're holding a log in your arms and then you go to pick something else up, you want to drop your logs, or you want to have a key that you can just drop the logs. When you drop the logs, you want to replace them back with your arms, and that's what we've got here, FPS arms, and here we've got here FPS arms. Okay, lovely. Right, let's go down and start playing about with code. Under here in the awake, let's put in the database that we grabbed from the other scripts, and we've got here var database inventory controller, and we want to get an item data. We're going to call here is arms data, and we've got here the FPS arms that we grabbed from above, outputting into this item data once it's find it, and here we go. FPS arms is our savable items arms data, and we've got one of them. Okay, we're going to use that later on down the bottom. So let's scroll inside, just start it in here. We're going to get the container for our slots. That's number 1. That's the 0, which is our first one. But hard to keep remembering that. We're going to turn interactable to be false, and we're going to turn the raycast off. That means that you can't actually drag anything into it. Right, those are the 2 things that we want to turn off once we start our hotbar, and that way you can never manually get rid of these arms. Those arms are now locked, protected. Okay, so now we're going to create 3 new methods. So let's go down here. Let's go underneath this one here. Oops. And let's put them in. Magic of paste. Here they are. So the first one, nice and simple one, we're going to call this one select carried. We need an integer for the index, and all that's going to do then is load up the try select slot, and that is this one up here. Okay, so we want to be able to just manipulate that ourselves, and this is public. That one's private, my one's public. We use this select carried in here. So where was he? Where was it? Down here. There you go. See? Get hotbar dot select carried, and we passed through our 0. And now you make sense of what it was all about. Now we've got a similar one, and I'm calling this drop items, and that's if you push G, then we're going to try throw down. We're passing through our index that we had here, and we're passing also through true. Okay? And now I've got another public void that I've created that we call this try throw down. That way, try and throw it down. So this is basically saying that if we don't have our arms equipped, or if we do have arms equipped and somebody pushed the button, which is up here, G, then all of this magic is going to happen. And the first thing we need to do is actually find our FP carry. So that was find object with tag FP carry. The reason why we're doing object with the tag FP carry is because you can only have one active at a time. This way, this is generic. It could be anything you want. So it looks for that one FP carry that's active, and in our case, it might be the logs. And then we've got here if active carry is true. So if this actually did find anything, and the current slot that we've got, and its name. So this basically makes sure there is something in the slot, and it has a name that isn't arms, so it's not arms because you don't want to drop your arms. Then we're going to drop it. So we need to get how much of things we're going to drop. So you need to again find the player.pickedup and get the amount. You need to set your carry slot to be 0. We're going to use that in a minute. And now we want to set the item that we're going to drop is the current item that we have in our slot. So now we need to loop through basically how many of the things that we're going to drop. So you keep going through and you drop them down, and as you drop them down you've also got to make sure that you're hiding them in the UI. So if you're carrying 2 logs in your arm, the first time it goes through it will drop one of the logs, and you won't be able to see that it's carrying anymore, and the log will fall on the floor. And the second time it iterates through, because there's a 4 each at the top, see, it will then drop the other log, and then it will hide the next one that's holding, and so on and so forth, until you get through all of them. And then we've got to do an update to say that we are carrying no more. We have picked up 0. Okay. And then, after all of that, you got to put the arms back. So you put your arms back in the first slot. So now you've just got back your arms. Nice, isn't it? And if we go up to this try select slot, we need to add in this try throw down. You want to put in here try throw down and the index that you got from there, and say false because you didn't push the key. And that way, if it is a 2 or 4 or 5, this will then do its magic. But if it was a 0, then this won't have anything to worry about. Okay, now we need to go back up here to our update, and where our update down at the end of all of that, let's put drop items and with the index of 0. And that way it's always listening out for us pushing the key on our keyboard. So drop items down here, see, try items, and we're passing through the 0, and we're going to pass through a G if it is, or pass through a true if it is G. Save all of that. Let's click play, and let's hope that it works. So here's our logs. Pick up 1 log, pick up 2, push G, dropped our logs, pick these ones up again, push 2 on our keyboard. Alright, let's push 1 on our keyboard for our hand, let's push 2, we haven't dropped our hands, lovely. Alright, let's push 4, we've got our gun out, shiny gun. Let's pick up this log, and it automatically switches to the logs. Alright guys, that looks like we've got enough for now. Lovely. Okay guys, I think that'll do for now. It's probably full of bugs, but we'll play about, we'll find what bugs we get and we can fix them in the next video. Because in the next video, we're going to make a log holder and put our logs in there. Remember guys, if you do like these videos and you want to see more of them, well, click on that big red subscribe button, phone up all your friends and tell them about these videos, and bang on your neighbours' doors. So if you do like it, click it. Till next time. If you want to see more on the Ultimate Survival series, click on the links on the left side of your screen. And if you like these videos and you want to see more of them, please click subscribe. It's in that big button that's down below. And there's next to it, there's a little magic bell. And when you click that bell, it tells you when there's a new video out. So cheers, thanks for all the support.